The Government Spokesperson unveils the results of the government's midterm review plenary for the first 6 months of the 2014 to 2015 fiscal year. Madam Bounpheng Mounphoxay detailed the issues when disseminating the results of the government's midterm review plenary for the first 6 months of the 2014 to 2015 fiscal year.
กองประชุมครั้งนี้ได้ไขขึ้นในโอกาสที่ประเทศเฮาหาก็สิ้นสุดการเฉลิมฉลองปีใหม่ลาว
According to the government spokesperson, Madam Bounpheng Mounphoxay, at the meeting, the government approved in principle the report on the implementation of the socio-economic plan, state budget plan, and currency plan for the first 6 months, as well as the works to be targeted and urgent issues in the next half of the year. In the past 6 months, the government was striving to address the financial difficulties which have arisen over the past 2 to 3 years, as well as the unpaid public debt on the government development projects. The meetings also agreed that there are shortcomings to be seriously addressed. In relation to the meeting, Chairman Prime Minister Thongsin Thamawong cited the lack of political responsibility of administrators at various levels in implementing their obligations. The meeting approved the report on food security and commercial production project, which defines the complex scheme of agriculture and animal husbandry based on the country's potential. An important document approved at the meeting was the draft of the amendment to the Constitution, which will be brought for debate at the 9th session of the National Assembly in the middle of this year. The meeting also discussed the implementation of the campaign of enhancing the spirit of patriotism in conjunction with socio-economic development and the Samsang initiative, which the report said contributed to continuously improving the livelihoods of the people. The meeting also approved the report on the success of the annual 37th meeting of the Joint Committee on Bilateral Cooperation between the Lao and Vietnamese government. The annual meeting agreed for the joint Laos-Vietnam and Vietnam-Laos Cooperation Committee to be renamed as the Joint Committee between the Government of Laos and the Government of Vietnam for bilateral cooperation. For the cooperation between Laos and China, the report from the Joint Cooperation Committee between the two countries reviewed the cooperation for 2013-2014, which have involved trade, investment, transportation, banking, post and telecommunications, education, drug suppression, as well as special and specific economic zone development. At the conclusion of the meeting, Prime Minister Thongsin stressed that the members of the government must implement the 6 measures for maintaining the stability of the national economic and take real action to address the outstanding debt. Prime Minister Thongsin called on the government members to pay attention to skills development for Lao laborers, enhancing the role of the information sector as a voice for disseminating the party's direction and policy, government laws and regulations, as well as promoting national culture and traditions.